Today is Sunday, July 26, 2020. It's been a sweet Sunday. Spent the night in the tent last night with my girlfriend and another friend of ours. Had a campfire, laid out under the stars, slept on the earth. It's a good way to start the day today. My week's been full of preparing for my Wu Wei Brotherhood online offering. Feeling the challenge of gathering my clarity and offering that out into the world. The best way to speak my vision and offer it in a supportive way where it can meet up with people in their life and have real value. I'm hearing sources call in my own life, and I'm showing up for it, and I'm letting it express through me the best way that I know how to at the moment. And through these videos, through my offerings, through my words when I meet you on the street, through the words I write in my journal. I'm hearing the message of more great change, fast change coming in my life and asking me to get ready for another big jump, another big leap, another big evolution in my own life. And I feel we're doing that collectively on the planet right now as well. I'm trying to stay attentive to the feedback loop. Trying to open up new channels of learning how to stay present with myself. How to do that in joy, in levity, without so much seriousness. Not any more seriousness than it needs. There's plenty in this life that's sobering already. Trying to attune my own vessel to the vibration of the messages that want to come through. I'm leaning in. Doing my best to stay receptive to the messages. don't feel like they even come in on one channel as much as they do their best to come in on every channel. That whichever channels we're being receptive on, the messages are coming. Through our partners, through our friends, through synchronicities, random messages. I've connected with an inspiring group of men through a group called Remember, a branch off the Ista crew. They hosted an online event, and there was about 25 of us brothers there last weekend, 3 days in a row for 4 hours each day. And wow, I was pleasantly surprised, encouraged at a soul level of both what these brothers were who I've never met before, what they were offering, how much it was medicine for my own heart, how it was so close to my own prayer that I've been offering out, to see that reflected back. To see all the men that showed up for that circle from all over the world, from lots of different places on this planet, and to see the willingness, the beauty, the bravery to show up and with a group of strangers, a group of men that none of us really knew, to brave into what can be created when we come together under a beautiful prayer with an open heart. And slowly, not right away, but slowly the magic began to happen. As each person's depth of truth and heart sharing both touched other men and encouraged them to brave into their own truth and to speak it as well. And then to be in a big circle of that many men after day 2 and day 3, speaking closer and closer to their heart, holding that space gently and firmly for each other. To be in a circle or group of men who are what I would term light warriors, and how safe that felt, and how I could feel my own body be able to relax in their company, feel safe in their company, and how deep of a longing there was in my soul to feel that, and how rare it is to encounter that. It's deeply grateful for what they've offered, for what they're continuing to offer. I was beginning to feel that maybe I was the only man seeking that or trying to create that for myself and for others, and to get welcome into a circle that's already creating that and has been and holding that space in such a beautiful way, and to get to participate in it. It was a real blessing and gift from the universe, just as I was preparing to make that offering out myself to others. Feel the potential for great change, for big creation to take place when men gather like that. under that intention, under that safe container. How every man in the circle has responsibility for setting up that space and making it feel good, both with their presence, with their attention, with their realness, with their presence. It's a beautiful thing to witness the power men have to do that when they choose to. I'm not often in the space or company of a man when he does that. I feel maybe men are good at doing that when they're going out on a date or something, and they set that space up for a special someone in their life. But to see that many men come together to set up one space just for men to share in and to hold that container felt like a real brotherhood, and instilled a lot of faith and hope in me. And I couldn't help but think of my girlfriend during that circle, of how impressed she would be to see this many men showing up in this way. It made me think of past lovers in my life that are still very close in my heart. How good it would make them feel to see out of my eyes what I was witnessing amongst all those men. How encouraging, how inspiring that is, and how we live in a world with a lot of confusion right now, but that there is, in the midst of all the confusion, the sandstorm, there's lots of souls waking up and light warriors standing up in a really beautiful way, claiming what's true for them, learning how to stand and embody the beauty of their own divinity, how to anchor in what their heart speaks to them is what a true human being on the planet Earth can look like right now, and to anchor in that creation that wants to happen between men and men, between men and women, between humans and the earth, and how so many of us are holding our heart's prayer for this to come through, even in the midst of all this confusion right now. How it seems such an obvious prayer for some, and still hard to hear for others. I had a beautiful conversation with a sister, Ashley Aurora. I was asking her some questions about her beautiful clarity and voice, about what she would like to see happening inside of men's circles. Just to reference the voice of a woman, the voice of the feminine. What would she be encouraged by? What would she like to see? And she gave me such a beautiful reflection, and I want to hold it and work with it and share it right now. Just that there was she was asking that the brothers access their anger, to access their rage, to learn how to feel it, to learn how to feel it when it's knocking and it's coming into our bodies and it's about to move through us. And if we could, as men, learn how to work with each other to hold space for that, so that we could learn in the presence of each other, how to feel that rage, how to embody it, how to express it, how to let it move through us in a way that's not violent or attacking of others around us, but ultimately to learn how to hold that much resonance and power within us and learn how to start to channel that rage and channel that anger into powerful creation on this planet. That until we learn how to feel that and get comfortable with feeling that level of anger and rage and power inside of us without judging ourselves or each other for feeling it, and learn how to hold it and embody it and channel it. This was her prayer for the men. And I wholeheartedly agree and echo that prayer that it is my life prayer to learn how to work with my own anger and rage. I often feel guilty for embodying it so demonstratively that it's scary or uncomfortable for my girlfriend or others around me. And I feel guilt for that, I feel shame for that, I feel sometimes that in my anger I lash out at those closest to me who are holding the space for me. And how much I want to keep working with it. Keep honoring that deep fire within me on how to tend it. How to feel it and not be overtaken by it or intimidated by it myself, but to stand in the heat of that fire and to know that that rage, that energy has somewhere helpful to go to, that if it's coming up, that there's a reason that I need to be present with, to work with, and that that power is waiting to be accessed, not just for the good of myself, but maybe for the good of all of us, for us as men to come together and access that rage, that anger about the not rightness in our own lives, the not rightness on the planet, and how is it we're going to access that power to engage in the powerful creation. This is something I'm interested in practicing with my brothers and speaking about more with my sisters and seeing activated on the planet amongst all of us. In a desire not to censor myself so much, not to be in a state of distrust with my own organism. To feel my roots in this earth, to feel my place, my safety, my strong footing. Be a channel for that, my own strong energy to move through me, for the strong energy of the cosmos to move through me, to learn how to be a healthy and powerful conduit for cosmic consciousness to move through me, to help bring about what's the dream of Gaia is trying to come through the human beings on the planet right now. so that we can create something beautiful together. This is what's strong with me today. I want to thank everyone for being patient, for the time it takes for me to access my own truth, all the stillness, and all the long pauses in between. Thank you. Oh.